Hi, friends. So, what started out as an online community connecting strangers from around the world over a shared faith in Jesus somehow became real friendships, real conversations, real trips, and real community. And somewhere along the way, I realized what I'm doing here isn't really interviewing people, because that's what I tend to call it. Interviewing sounds structured, though, polished and surface level. What I actually love is discovering people. I love sitting across from someone long enough to uncover who they really are beneath the quick bios, curated posts, and surface answers. I think there's something powerful about creating space where people feel safe enough to be fully themselves. And maybe that's why the Greek word koinonia keeps sticking with me lately. This idea of deep fellowship, shared life, and genuine connection. That's how so many of these conversations begin. And today's conversation is with my friend, Jenna Yeager, someone I met through the Grown-Ups Table, an interactive Christian community I stumbled into on Facebook while I was researching how to build local spaces where singles and people searching for community could simply just show up, feel safe, and belong as themselves, just as they are. What's wild is that Jenna and I only met last summer, and she doesn't even live near me. But somehow, because God knows both of us so well, our lives crossed in a way that feels incredibly intentional. So this isn't really an interview. It's coffee, curiosity, laughter, stories, faith, and two people learning each other in real time. And honestly, those tend to become my favorite conversations. So sit tight as I welcome my friend Jenna to The Morning Pour. Hey, Jenna.
Hi.
Can you give us a little intro of who you are?
A little intro of who I am.
Maybe like an elevator pitch of who Jenna is.
Okay. I am 39 years old Monday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. My name is Jenna Yeager, in case y'all missed that. I love anything having to do with the arts, dancing, singing, painting, but I also love the depth that is the art of a person.
Yes.
And getting to know a person and building relationship with that person.
Yes.
Because it is its own creation of beauty and pain and understanding, and aligning it with the Word of God, because God's perspective of that person is the best.
So true. Jenna, let me tell you how I met you for the first time. And I want to know what your experience meeting me was for the first time. So the first time I met Jenna was actually in 2025 at a summer retreat for the Grown-Ups Table. And she was the kind of soul. I was standing by myself, just looking over the railing at like the meeting room that we all meet at there. And literally everybody else was talking, and I was just observing things that were happening down in the field. And I think it was probably Renee down there doing handstands or cartwheels or something. But I remember Jenna just coming up to me and just leaning over the railing with me and being like, hey, how are you? And just really checking in and being so genuine. And it caught me off guard because I was like, I don't know anybody. And I thought that was a really sweet moment. And that's my first introduction to Jenna.
Aw. Yeah, that was a good moment. I like it when the center focal point is just the two people.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
So I feel like you said something about me last night. Do you remember the conversation that we were having, like what your perspective of who Kelly is?
Yes.
because I feel like sometimes on the pod that people don't know who I am besides of what I'm talking about. But what do other people experience around me or who I am to other people?
Let's see. Well, you also love hearing the heart of a person.
Mm-hmm.
You love the genuineness of moments
Yes.
and bringing out the real person. So I think it matched our meeting
True.
to some degree. But you are a coffee house gatherer.
Ooh. Yeah.
And you like connecting people, but not just to each other, but to God and what He wants each person to hear from Him directly, and not just let the world tell them, but let's take time to let God tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Such a good intro to me. I mean, I feel like I'm honored to hear that from you. Where are you from?
Oh, Georgia. Metro Atlanta, South Metro Atlanta. I've grown up there my entire, been there most of my life, but yeah, grew up there.
Would you relocate?
Oh yeah, that's adventure right there. I love adventure. That's another thing about me. I love adventure.
What is your everyday, like what's your job? What do you do?
Loaded question.
Yes.
So the name of the place I work at is called Brain Balance. I work with families, adults, and children to help them see the root cause of why they struggle with life and why they see life the way they see it, and help them understand how the brain and its connections that we are going to be making at Brain Balance are going to bring full fruition of what is going to help them with those struggles.
I always find it fascinating. The more I see you like in person, I feel like the more I learn about Brain Balance, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, you saw a lot of that last night.
Ain't that true?
Yeah.
A whole new level of Jenna.
Yeah.
And what you do, who you are, which I love. Okay, so let me shift a little bit. So we are part of the grown-ups table. How long have you been a part of the grown-ups table?
Oh, goodness. I don't even remember. I think it might have been 2023 January. Either that or 2023 January. Yeah. I went to a birthday party for Colleen.
Oh,
I know. My friend had already found the group online and heard about this gathering happening in North Atlanta. So we drove up together about an hour and a half and enjoyed beautiful people at a dinner. And her laugh just carried across the whole entire restaurant. And I was like, I love this person. So
I feel like what this is going to become is I'm going to start talking about different things and we're going to bring up other people and they're going to also need to be on here. So
I think so.
That is the same thing. Yeah. And by the way, let me just mention, we are here in a hotel room in Lakeland, Florida. We are at Cafe Bouchard at the moment. And we have our coffees and we're just kind of hanging. And I get my favorite thing is to interview people. And if you know me at all, you know that this is classic.
It is. Classic Kelly.
It is. Okay, so Jenna, now that we're on this trip, the last trip we were on was ski trip.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So tell me about maybe your favorite experience or what trip or memories that you have from being on trips, because I mean, some people that listen to this aren't going to have a clue as to what the grown-ups table is. Of course, I'm going to introduce it a little bit, but tell me more.
As people walk away. I'm pretty sure it was the time when we had a coffee shop set up with you in North Carolina. Charlotte, what was
Oh, yes. That's the beginning of this year.
What's the name of that place? Amon's? Or we might
Amelie's. It's a cute little like French bakery / coffee shop / cafe. Yeah.
So it was a full-on experience.
Talk about it.
The art was just singing from the walls and the ceilings. And we had our star word that we all got to pull from the phone and take a moment and just let God talk to us, because any moment of reflection that is focused is going to bring something, some kind of connection. And I'm
That
pretty
was
sure.
special.
Yeah. That was amazing. It was amazing to see individuals open up and be vulnerable about where they're at and be willing to share that with people who were a safe space.
Yeah.
And you helped make that a safe space
Mhm.
with lots of introduction and just saying, this is where we can talk about these things.
Being intentional.
Very intentional.
Yeah.
And each person kind of bringing in, something that God has taught them in their lives to support each person that was really opening up.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah. And it was a really cool, I mean, there was 8 of us, about maybe 9, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Such an interesting, yeah, I really love that. That is definitely a highlight. And it was just an event that was so random because none of us were from there.
It was spontaneous.
Very spontaneous, yes.
Yeah, I think it went up like the day before.
Yeah.
Or 2 days before.
True.
Yeah.
Did you ever expect internet strangers to become real friends?
Yes, because I'm weird like that. But I love meeting new people. I would say that it is a group where there's more intentionality than I've ever experienced other than church. And it has become my favorite church.
Oh, I love that.
If you think of church being the people, not the building.
Absolutely.
That's what the church is. But I mean, I compare it to the church I go to. I love the people at my church, but the connection I have with the grown-ups table people, I mean, my closest friends are with the grown-ups table people now.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people that go through different life experiences and, move to a new place or have been through a tough situation where they disconnect with everybody that didn't understand what they were going through. There's always somebody in the grown-ups table that can connect and understand what you've been through.
So many life experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So speaking of all the trips that we've already been on, what is your position in a trip? Like, who are you when you're on a trip? Like, who is Jenna? Like, what are you? Are you an observer? Are you like let me jump in, let me be the class clown? Let me just dance with everybody because I know that it could be your answer. You're the group dancer. Well, that might sound weird, but please explain.
I'm forgetting the question here. Okay, what is my role?
Yeah, what is your role on trips? Like who?
I mean, I've helped plan a couple of them, I guess, or a few.
So you're a planner.
I am not a planner.
Okay.
I like bringing the fun.
Okay.
So I do like providing games for groups of people, but I also am not necessarily energized by that. I'm energized by something like this where we get to talk face to face.
Yes.
One-on-one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And dive in. But I do want to bring the joy factor.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's missing in a lot of places. But just to also build a space where people can either physically connect in those games, like really just see true personality.
Yeah.
Because just sitting in a group can sometimes not fully show that.
Yeah. As games come out of the drawer.
Yes.
From nowhere.
Thank you, Andrew.
But also, can we talk about the dancing a little bit?
Sure.
Because I feel like what I know of Jenna is she will just be randomly dancing. Like, it's just, we might be playing a game, and then all of a sudden she has found somebody that will dance with her, and she is dancing.
Oh, that's right. The ski trip.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I've been fortunate enough to find a couple of guys that are able to really lead well too, which has been fantastic.
Yeah.
I started dancing last September and I can't stop. So
what is your style of dancing though?
Anything that you give me to dance, I'll dance. Okay. No, I'm really gotten into preferred at this moment is West Coast swing. Yeah.
Okay. How do you have any funny chaotic moments on any of your trips with the grown-ups table?
Can we define chaotic?
I mean, it's different for everybody, right?
Shenanigan chaotic?
Oh, well, I guess maybe that's what I should call it. Yeah. Are there any moments on trips that you just felt like the shenanigans was at like a very high level, top notch, that you enjoyed, that it was just like, that just made an experience happen even.
My brain is working. It's a little early for me. Didn't we play some jokes at the retreat last year? I'm trying to remember. I feel like there were lots of jokes being done, but I can't remember that.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
There's always shenanigans with you, though.
Yeah. I feel like
Boaz the bear and the duck was...
Sweet Boaz.
Yes.
Do you remember the dog's name?
No. I prefer...
Oh, that's right. That's right. You were not the dog fan. Okay.
I love dogs. I just, they can't go into...
We had a random dog that just showed up in Ski Trip. I don't remember.
It's an interesting name.
I named it. Yeah, I don't know. Isn't that terrible?
Was that the name you gave it?
Yeah.
Oh,
because its real name was like Sunny. I was like, you are not a Sunny.
Oh my gosh, you're right. It wasn't Sunny. I didn't realize you had done that.
Yeah. Yep. So what has being in a community like the Grown Ups Table taught you?
That we're missing out. We are missing out in joy if we're not connecting.
Yeah.
That's a big piece for me. Connecting with people brings a lot of joy.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I love that. And then what has God been teaching you lately?
Oh. Well, the mission trip I was supposed to go on in April was canceled, and then we rescheduled to May. That was weird to me. That was a first time, and there was this waiting game that came about, right? And then I realized that was not going to be a beneficial trip to anybody that I was going to meet up with, or myself, or the people that were going to get me when I came back from the trip, because it was overseas and the layovers were amazing and my sleep was going to be amazingly off. So I rescheduled again, and now I'm waiting for September to come around. So in the waiting, I am in the practice of, and God has reminded me that when we are in a tough waiting period, whether it's tough or not, you have to remember what He last told you. Bring that back into focus, because that's what He wants you to focus on.
Yeah.
Not what is about to happen, but what He's already told you.
That's good.
And
that'll preach for itself.
Living that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been something I'm having to practice.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Yeah. And missions is definitely a focus for you.
Yeah. Well, I was called to full-time ministry when I was 12. And then 16, there was kind of more of a focusing of what that would look like with dreams and visions that God gave me. Have you ever had a vision? They're ridiculous. They're this space where you completely have no clue where you are. And then all of a sudden God shows you something and you're not where you're physically at. You're in another place. And I'm like, okay, wow, that's a little scary, but it's cool.
I've never experienced that. I have different.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
So one of them was me flying through a field with flying bullets at me. And I was running with Bibles in my arms, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's actually exactly what I feel like I'm called to do, is go to places that are more of like closed countries, where they don't have access to truth.
Yeah.
Unless God is in their dreams.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
Or they see it for themselves in His creation. One way or another, God can speak to us.
Okay.
So, yeah. Just being the hand and feet that way.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I'm praying for you in that.
Thank you.
For sure. Because I know He's got something and it's coming.
Yes, He does.
Considering the name of the podcast is The Morning Pour.
What's my favorite morning pour?
I mean, we can talk about that, but what's filling your cup lately?
Filling my cup? People.
Yeah.
That love Jesus.
Amen.
And are reflecting the word that I read almost every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you for coming on the pod with me. I'm
Thank you for
glad I got to interview you.
me too.
Do you have any final thoughts? Anything that you want somebody to know? Any profound moments that God's spoken to you lately that you want to share?
Well, the joy factor is just that important. And if you don't have any in your life, then you need to find Kelly Saxton at the Morning Pour or come see her in a grown-ups table event.
And joy is very different than happiness, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where does joy come from?
Ooh, not a cup of coffee. However, it can instigate the reminder of how amazing God is, because just remembering his goodness, remembering his love, being able to receive it to begin with is kind of an important portion of just being able to sit there and be filled with God's joy, no matter what the circumstances are surrounding us.
I love it. Yeah. Well, that, my friends, is Jenna Yeager. Thanks for meeting with me. Till next time, friend.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, before I wrap up, I just want to say thank you to Jenna for taking a spot on the couch and sharing a little bit of her story with us today. One of my favorite things about these conversations is that they remind me that people are so much more interesting than we often give them credit for. Every person carries experiences, wisdom, humor, challenges, and stories that help us see the world a little differently. And that's exactly what this segment is all about. What started out as an online community connecting strangers from around the world over a shared faith in Jesus somehow became real friendships, conversations, trips, and just real community. And Jenna is just one of the many incredible people I've had the privilege of meeting along the way. One of my favorite things in life is getting to know people, not the surface level version we usually lead with, but the stories, experiences, lessons, and moments that have shaped who they are. So, while some of these conversations may come from friendships formed through communities like the grown-ups table, many will come from other corners of my life too. Friends, neighbors, business owners, dreamers, adventurers, people with stories worth telling, and people you may have never met otherwise. My hope is that somewhere in each conversation, you'll find a piece of yourself. Maybe it's encouragement, maybe it's perspective, and maybe it's simply just the reminder that we're all walking through life figuring it out one day at a time. If something from today's conversation resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it. What stood out? What would you like to hear more of? And as always, how can I pray for you? You can find The Morning Pour on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Be sure to follow along so you don't miss the conversations still to come. And if you'd like to connect, reach out on Instagram. I genuinely love hearing from you. The internet introduced some of us, but community made us real-life friends. So, thanks for sitting at the table with us today. And I'll meet you right back here next time on The Morning Pour.